guys, welcome back to Dimitri's Garage. It's been a little bit since we've worked on the 240. We've been very busy with Sean's project. At the end of last video, we ended up giving the car a quick rinse. Here's a photo of what it ended up looking like. I think it was definitely a beautiful car once you clean it up. And we're gonna take it back and we're gonna do a nice paint correction on this car sometime in the next few weeks. So you'll see it again. And we will, of course, take some time to plan and design kind of the big turbo setup that we're gonna do. And that'll also be in a future video. So I'm very excited to show you that in the upcoming months. Now, in the meantime, let's focus on a car that I've kind of neglected for a bit. So here she is on the lift. You know, a few bugs on the front of it. I just drove it around to heat up the oil. And really what I need to decide with this car is where I'm gonna go with it. So far, it's been sitting in kind of OEM condition, and I still haven't decided whether or not I'm gonna mod it. You know, this is probably my only chance to own a clean 240 that nobody's ever done anything to. Now, at the same time, I do kind of feel bad if I did some crazy cutting or something like that. So for now, I'm just keeping it mild. Maybe I'll do coilovers, maybe I'll do wheels. One thing I'm definitely doing for sure is a limited slip diff. This thing is just no fun with the open diff. Let me show you what I got over here. So guys, fresh from Japan is this helical LSD. It's a Torsen style LSD, and it comes out of an S15. So I'll tell you a little about it when we make the video for it. Now, unfortunately, this thing didn't get out of Japan that well. It had a little incident during shipping, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be a problem. I'm contacting the seller and I'm talking to some people online, but you tell me. I don't think that's gonna work for the oil seal. So I might have to get another one of these. And of course, the purpose of the diff is gonna be to send torque to both the rear wheels when one is slipping. Now, I'll get into the specifics of how this particular diff's gonna work when we do that video. That's not the video today. Today, we just need to do an oil change real quick. So guys, to get started with a basic oil change for a 240, you're gonna need oil. I chose Mobil 110W30. You're also gonna need a new filter, and I just went for a generic Nissan, genuine part. So the other thing I always recommend is instructions. Now, oil changes are simple, but it's always good to have instructions just in case. So you're also gonna need a wrench. I kind of like these one size fits all metric, and I have an Imperial one as well. And the reason I like these is I can never really remember what the drain plug size is, so I just always grab one of these under the car. And finally, you're gonna want a torque wrench to put the drain plug back on. Now, I know I said I'm not gonna know what size it is and I brought that tool, but I will know what size it is once I remove it. Let's get started. So with the hood popped, go ahead and remove the oil cap. And what I like to do is kind of look for chocolate smudge. So I'm not really seeing anything like that. I just see kind of actually fairly clean oil. So I may have kind of lied. You actually need one of these things too. Now, it doesn't have to be one of the stand-up kind. If you're doing this in your driveway, you probably want a flat one. This is my first ever 240SX oil change. So in my case, that's a 14. I don't know if the drain plugs are different in different years. So guys, this is kind of the first part where you're likely to make a mess. I have no idea how it's gonna shoot. I'm sort of assuming this. And it'll come right at the last thread, basically. Huh, I got it right in the hole. And, always warm your oil up. I don't know if you can tell, but that oil is very golden clean. Oil's drained, guys. Time to put the plug back in. All right, so with 25 foot-pounds set, we're gonna give this thing a nice So that said I did 24.7. That's good enough for me. So I'm about to do my least favorite thing in the world on these kind of setups, which is where the oil filter is not just below, accessible from below, but also really hard to reach. It's slowly going. All right, it's hand tight now. So now you're gonna empty your filter, and I just like to leave mine there. That is where the filter goes. And it's right behind the alternator. So guys, now what we're gonna do is take the new filter and we're just gonna top it off a little with oil. Not too worried about making a mess at the moment. That's why I got the towel right here. So once you get the filter topped off, you wanna make sure that this ring is nice and lubricated, and you wanna make sure the old one didn't stick to the car. So now I have to somehow put the sideways crap back in there without making a giant mess. So I kind of got the filter perched there, and it's got to go right in there. So I finally got that sucker in there, and you can see, like, we were really careful, and that's old oil. That's not from us. All right, that thing's in there tight now. I ended up actually turning it a little with these. You just got to be real careful so you don't crunch the filter. So now we're going to go ahead and lower the car. When you do put that filter on, just when you feel good resistance, just two-thirds of a full turn. Don't over tighten. So guys, now that the car's on the ground, I actually discovered something, and that is you can reach the filter from up here. Yeah, I can kind of demonstrate that. You can basically go in here, and then you can get a much better grip on it. So I take some of what I said back. Now, granted, it's still annoying to have to pull the car up and down just to reach the filter when I'm already down there and doing the oil. But maybe what I'll do next time is suck the oil out through the dipstick tube and just do the filter at the top. Now, that's what I do on my truck. That's what I'm going to be doing on my Audi. And the reason I like that is it's much less of a mess, and you can do it with the car in the ground, and you don't have to do all of this whole shebang. So guys, from now on, everything's really pretty simple. The big job's done. The filter's on, oil's out. Most important thing is to fill the right amount of oil. So one thing I've discovered is, like, this valve cover is so shallow. So I think you're gonna have to, like, find this little niche here. I would recommend holding it anyway and topping it off. Now, we're just below high, so we'll add a little more. So the level's right on high, which is where we want it. I'm gonna go ahead and start the engine. So what you wanna do now is kind of check for leaks, look around the car. So guys, thanks for watching. Hope you had fun. Hope you learned something if you're working on your own car. And as always, I love making these videos for you. If you enjoyed watching it, click like, subscribe, leave a comment. I really appreciate all of it. Have a good night. So guys, I took a break here because while I was filming this video, I actually got an email back from the seller who, he's being really cool. I kind of basically told him, like, hey man, you know, I wish the packaging was a little better. This thing came dinged, you know, do you think it's okay to run it this way? And, you know, I didn't like accuse him or anything. And he pinged me back saying that, you know, that he'll take care of it. And he's being really cool. So I'll leave a little shout out to his eBay store.